Hey guys, this is Mario here and welcome back to my channel. I've been using the Nothing Phone 2 for almost a month already. Well, to be honest, I have different opinion about this phone from a new startup called Nothing. I must say that Nothing is very ambitious in the smartphone market, but they still have a lot to do and learn. The Nothing Phone 2 is priced at 3,000 ringgit Malaysia for the base model, 256 gig. Well, if you guys are in the market to buy this phone, hear me out first. I have a few phones with me here. They are either powered by Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 or 8 Gen 2 processors, but priced lower or slightly above 3,000 ringgit Malaysia. Firstly, the main selling point of the Nothing Phone 2 is always the Glyph interface. Yes, the Glyph interface will light differently when you receive calls or notification, depending on the ringtones or notification tones that you set to your liking. For example, or notification tone. Well, there's even a Glyph indicator when charging the phone to show you the rough progress of the charging. I must admit that it looks cool to me and others for the first week, but after that I started to get bored. After all, it's all just gimmick that you pay extra cash on it. Why is it that I say so? First, people rarely would place a phone with the screen facing down to avoid scratching the display, which is more important, and also it's easier to check your notification with the display facing up. Number two, most people will just slap on a case eventually, which make the Glyph interface totally covered eventually. In the end, it doesn't bring any value except for the gimmicky Glyph interface. As for the back cover, I'm not so sure whether it's glass or plastic. There's no info from the official website, but it sure feels like cheap plastic to me. The inner part sounds hollow. But one thing is that the frame is made of aluminium, so it feels not bad. And you have a 201 gram weight and 8.6 millimeter thickness. The back is slightly curved, so holding it still feel okay. I have here the Xiaomi 12T Pro, which has a solid glass back, solid, and also the Poco F5 Pro, which has a solid black glass too, which are priced lower than 3,000 ringgit for both of the phones, but the back cover glass feels solid in the hand. There's a flat 6.7-inch LTPO OLED screen that supports variable refresh rate from 1Hz to 120Hz to save battery life. And the screen 4 bezels are actually quite thin and symmetrical, which I appreciate. To me, the quality of the OLED screen on this phone is just average. It's not bad, it's just average. I have here the latest Oppo Reno 10 Pro, which is a mid-ranger, but to me, the AMOLED display on the Reno 10 Pro actually looks better with punchy colors. The OLED screen on the Nothing Phone 2 just look a bit muted to me. Another two things I want to point out about the screen. First, Nothing said that it's protected by Corning Gorilla Glass, but it didn't state whether it's Glass 5, Glass 4 or whatsoever. I guess it's to cut corners on this phone. Nothing claims that the display supports HDR10+, but unfortunately, if you are Netflix users, you only get L1YY with no HDR capabilities, which is a bummer. Performance-wise, the Nothing Phone 2 is powered by last year Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. It's still a decent processor, don't get me wrong, but starting compared to latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor for sure. If I pay 3,000 ringgit Malaysia, for sure I will want the latest processor, which I can get in 2023. Yes, in Malaysia, you can get a new set of Samsung Galaxy S23 256GB variant for less than 3,000 ringgit. Even the Xiaomi 13 new set you can also get around 3,000 ringgit during special sales online platform in Malaysia. Both these two phones are powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor for better performance, better camera, and also more future-proof in terms of hardware. Camera-wise, it only has two cameras, 50MP main shooter with OIS and 50MP ultra-wide lens. The photos turn out to be okay for day and night shots, nothing too extraordinary as I'm used to cameras on flagship on Samsung, Xiaomi, Honor, etc. However, the shutter speed is a bit slow sometimes after I've taken few photos. it will take some time to load the photos, and sometimes the phone will stutter if I want to delete photos, which is kind of annoying. See, very slow. I can't even delete the photos. As for video recording, it can only record up to 4K at 60 fps. However, the video stabilization on this phone is inconsistent, sometimes good and sometimes pretty bad. Do check it out, the camera samples after this. The latest Poco F5 Pro is selling from 2000 ringgit Malaysia, but you can actually record 8K videos. Not bad. Software-wise, the phone runs on Nothing OS 2.0, which is similar to Google Store Android on Pixel. It's pretty light, with very few additional Nothing-owned apps. Scrolling is smooth, but so does the rest of the phones at similar price point. As long as you have flagship chipset and high refresh rate, it makes very minimal difference. Battery-wise, Nothing Phone 2 has a 4700 mAh battery, which is fairly huge. However, it doesn't translate into real-world usage. I only managed to get around 6 hours plus of screen on time. Not sure if the Nothing OS 2.0 is not so optimized or the battery is being drained by the Glyph interface. Perhaps it will be fixed in the future with software, I hope. As for charging, it supports 45 watt of fast charging if you are living in the year 2020. Full charge from 0 to 100% takes around 1 hour and 10 minutes. And if you are coming from Xiaomi phones, Honor phones, Oppo phones, which support 65 watt to 120 watt of real fast charging, definitely it will take some time to get used to Nothing 45 watts slower charging. And one thing to add on is that Nothing Phone 2 supports 15 watt of wireless charging, which is decent addition, but again, it will take ages to charge this phone, which is meaningless to me. Plus, they don't even include the 45 watt of charging brick and phone case in the box, which is ridiculous. The price is 139 ringgit for the charging brick and 89 ringgit for the official phone case, which is a rip-off. As for speakers, the Nothing Phone 2 has dual speaker setup. To be honest, it's one of the loudest dual speakers out there, but at maximum volume, the sound output can be a bit distorted and annoying. And also, its lack of bass. So far, the best dual speakers I've experienced was actually from Asus ROG phones. I have the ROG Phone 60 here, which has rich sound and sufficient bass. So you can expect the same thing from ROG Phone 6, with lower price around 2002, 2003 ringgit. and also powered by Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. So there you go guys, my full honest review on the Nothing Phone 2 after using it for 1 month. By all means, it's not a bad phone, but with all the tough competition out there, especially when Samsung learned their lesson by dropping their price tremendously to less than 3,000 ringgit for the S23 model, it will be hard to swallow for this Nothing Phone 2. From my point of view, the rest of the phones here are much worthy of buying, either less than 3k ringgit or slightly above 3k with better cameras, better battery life, and newer processor, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is more future-proof, or Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which is less than 3,000 ringgit. Do let me know if you have any questions. Until then, take care and stay safe. Peace guys.